Welcome everyone to Nikki Loves Books. Nikki here, and today we do have a Darkly box to unbox. So this should be our Darkly box from April 2024. So it is August. Bookish box seems to be catching up. We'll see if they can make it by next month. While I am definitely happy that Bookish box is catching up because they have been months behind for a very, very long time, like I think at least over a year, my books are definitely piling up, but we love it. So I do want to point out that this box is bigger than normal, and I'm almost wondering if there's going to be a crown again. Like, they've been doing a lot of crowns, and I'm not going to complain about that. So I cannot wait to see what's inside this box. Let's get into it. Sadly, it looks like there's no box or crown in this box, but there still seems to be some good items, but we need to see what they actually look like to verify if they are good items. But of course, before we get there, it's the newsletter. Hi, welcome to Bookish Box. You have choices and options of book only, book and goodies like I do, or book goodies and t-shirt. Lots of choices and options. Then it does get into the details of the Bookish box of the month, which again, this is supposed to be April, because it is both boxes in one newsletter. We're going to skip right over that because we want to do that when we have our actual Bookish box for that month. Then it does go into the Darkly box items, which I will be going over as I reveal each item. If you do end up enjoying the books of the month, I do have recommendations for other books that you might enjoy also. Next up, they've highlighted some items in the Bookish box shop, and I love that blanket. I have that, and it's so soft. So soft. We also get our monthly Spotify playlist, which is inspired by the books of the month. Then we have a game that includes sneak peeks for the May boxes. And then they have 30 days of content, so ideas for your social media. And lastly, they have information about their Bookish social fam. But most importantly, we need a reminder of the theme this month. And the theme for our April 2024 Darkly box is Romantic Entanglements. First thing we got is a Darkly Reader's book journal. So here is our cover of our reading journal. So it says a Darkly Reader's book journal. Book journal. Track your progress and record your thoughts on your current reads with this beautiful book journal. It features pages for reading planning, weekly tracking, and top reads. Designed by At the Bookish Box. So I have some thoughts. One of them being it's very interesting to get a reading journal in the middle of the year. Usually they give reading journals like at the ends, like around November, December, so you have them ready for January. I'm gonna say I don't really like the cover, and the reason being is it says a Darkly Reader's book journal, and I feel like this should be more dark. This is very much more like cozy cottagecore than it is Darkly, and I'm really not a fan of this like beige pink. It's not a pleasant color to me, but it's my own personal taste. It's small. I prefer a journal to be slightly bigger. I don't like small journals in general, but it's really not the end of the world. Like, I would still use this depending on what the pages look like inside. And right off the bat, I love it because it is colored. So a lot of times journals are just strictly black and white. This has color, ink, and I do like that. So each page just says reading planner. You have a place for the title, genre, page count, tropes, start date, end date, star rating, spice level, format, and then favorite quotes and book vibes. So you have places to write some notes. I wish it was one of these pages and then a blank page, like a page with more note space, but I could still definitely use this. I really do like the fact that they have an area for the spice level. That is important. So that is our Darkly Reader's book journal. The only other critique I have is that I wish it was more pages. Next up, we do have a puffy book sleeve. So this is Brutal Birthright series inspired puffy book sleeve. I'm not familiar with that series. So here is our book sleeve. Protect your books like the Mafia Men in Sophie Lark's Brutal Birthright series protect their women. The soft padding will keep your books safe from wear and tear on the go. Designed by Ray Strikes Back. So for those of you who don't know me, I have learned to like book sleeves. When they first came out, I was like, what the fuck? I don't want this. But now I'm totally in love. So yeah, while I don't really go anywhere because I have a medical condition that prevents me from practically leaving my house, I do like using my book sleeves to protect my book because I don't always pay attention to where I'm setting my book down. So the book sleeves have just helped me keep my book safe and secure, like just traveling throughout the house. Sometimes I put it down on a table, not realizing that there was condensation on the table or there was crumbs or something sticky. So love the book sleeves, and I'm now a huge fan. Well, I'm not crazy about this design. Like, I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. The color blue I think is really pretty. I do like the skulls, but there's just something about it that I just don't love it. But I definitely don't hate it or dislike it. It's just kind of like, it's a good book sleeve. Next up, we have Shadow Singer Book 10. So here's our book 10. Of course, we have the wings, and then there is a quote on the back, which is really, really faint. Some people say it is magic and will always strike true. Some people say it is magic and will always strike true. Sarah J. Maas, A Court of Thorns and Roses series. This book tin is perfect for storing extra bookmarks and art prints, keeping them safe and making your bookshelf more stunning. Designed by @NoOneDesigns. So I do think this is a really pretty book tin. I know a lot of the other ones that we have had character art. I don't know necessarily which one I prefer. I think it just kind of depends on the artwork and style. So I do like this, except I really don't like how faint the quote is, but it's still really pretty. I am unsure if I will be keeping this just because I'm running out of space to even put my book tins, just because I have too many books. So definitely debating on this one, but I do have quite a few book tins that I do use. So some of them I use for my bookmarks, some of them I use for my tarot decks. They're definitely useful, at least in my opinion. And our last bookish inspired item is, of course, our Cabinet of Curiosities Enamel Pin. Introducing the 4th volume of the 2024 Cabinet of Curiosities collection. This month's theme is romances in full bloom with these flowers that are as wild as our fantasies. Fandoms include the Eden series by Devney Perry, which is the rare one. We have Extra Rare, which is the Adair family series by Samantha Young. And then Legendary is the Leonese series by Sierra Simone, designed by Justel Fit. And thankfully on the box, they have the key, because I sure as shit wouldn't know what is what. So they do show you what the pin looks like depending on which one you got. Based on the book series, I don't have a preference because I haven't even read 2 out of the 3, and I might not even have read any of them because I'm blanking on the Sierra Simone if I've read that one yet. But regardless, I don't have a preference for what book series. But looking at the designs of the pins, I think I'd prefer the Legendary one. I think that one is pretty, although I'm not crazy about the Voss. But the flowers look really pretty. But all of them are kind of cute in their own way, so really don't have a preference here. So let's go ahead and find out which one I got. That one's the Extra Rare one. So that's the Adair Family series by Samantha Young. And I am happy that I did order that special edition series. So hopefully I enjoy that series and then I will like this pin even more so. I do think these pins are cute just because they are flowers. But in all honesty, for those of you who know me, you know that I'm very much over pins and I want it to stop in 2025. Like 2025, just come in with no pins. That's what I want. Okay, so that is it for our bookish inspired items. My favorites would definitely have to be the book journal and then the book sleeve. I think both of them are useful. I will definitely be using them. And while I'm definitely not a huge fan of the way they look, like I don't hate the way they look, it's just not exactly my taste, but it doesn't take away from the usefulness of the item and the fact that I will be using them. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this box. So far, my take is that this box is another one that's not great, but it's not terrible. Like it's kind of in that in between, which is common for most book boxes. I think most book boxes are in a nice medium where there's some items that are useful. There's some items that you're like, I could have done without. Like definitely the enamel pins definitely can be without. But I think most book boxes, the star of the show should and is the book. And that's what makes it worth it. And so getting the goodies is really personal choice. And for me, frankly, I am a sucker for unboxing things and being surprised and all that jazz. So I definitely fall into that trap of I want the book and goodies simply because I want to know what the goodies are. So as always, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video if you want to see me do more unboxings. And our book reveal, Wild Love by Elsie Silver. So this is our book. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I do not like this cover. Before jumping into all the details about the book, We got one more item to talk about. Cover Lust sticker. The cover of our exclusive luxe edition, Wild Love by Elsie Silver, is too beautiful to display only on your shelf. Place this exclusive Cover Lust sticker on your e-reader or keep it in your reading journal. At Native to Nothing designed this beautiful cover. So this is also another thing I'm going to say about the reading journal. There is no place for us to put our Cover Lust sticker, which is unfortunate. If you have a sticker series that's meant to go into reading journals, make sure your reading journal actually has the space for your sticker. All right, so Wild Love by Elsie Silver. She's been driving him wild for years. The good kind of wild. The kind of wild that comes with wanting your best friend's little sister and knowing you can't have her. Forbes may have labeled Ford Grant the world's hottest billionaire, but all he cares about is escaping the press and opening a recording studio in gorgeous small town Rose Hill. Something that comes to a screeching halt when he ends up face to face with a young girl who claims he's her biological father. Now he spends his day balancing business while parenting a sullen 12-year-old, all while trying desperately to keep his hands the hell off his best friend's sister, Rosie Belmont. After living in the city, Rosie came blasting back into town like a storm. Beautiful, messy, and chaotic. And one wide-eyed, desperate plea for a job is all it takes for Ford to hire her. He vows to keep her at arm's length, tries to stick to scowls and grumpy one-liners, but with her, verbal sparring is a type of foreplay, friction that soon turns to blistering heat. Ford knows damn well he shouldn't cross this line, but shouldn't and can't are two very different things. And the only thing he truly can't do is resist her. While I don't love this cover, I definitely know that this book is going to be something I'm really going to enjoy. We have an exclusive cover. And the back quote says, "I wonder if being drawn to Ford the moment I think about freedom has some sort of deeper meaning." Of course, have a printed author signature. We also have reverse dust jacket with character art. And I do like this one. I do wish the title was on the front cover, but at least it's on the spine. So I do like this cover more than this one. But I think this one might grow on me. I don't know. I'm debating. We also have artwork on the hardcover case. And that quote says, "I'm drawn back to this place on a much deeper level, to the memories it holds." We do also have matching stenciled edges, but I'm not crazy about them at all. We also have pattern end papers, which I don't really care for them. And then we also have character art overlays, and we have two of them because I think what happened is they printed one and it ended up being too small, so they had to print the other one, which is more aligned with the book size. I do really like this artwork, so I'm happy that we got these overlays. I especially like the overlays simply because I'm not really drawn to what they did with the book. Like the stenciled edges and the end papers just kind of seem tacky because they're almost like cartoonish. Like it's definitely small town country-esque, but I don't know what's up with the cartoonish, like illustrated end papers and stenciled edges. Regardless of how this book looks, I am still happy to have it, and I'm very excited to read this. So when am I going to be able to? It's going to be a minute. So I'm currently reading The Spell Shop, which is my latest Owl Crate book. It was the adult July Owl Crate book, if I'm not mistaken. Then I have A Kiss of Iron, which was the Darkly box for March. Then I can move on to the to be read May book, which is I Hope This Finds You Well. And then I can get to Wild Love. So I'm a huge sucker for romance. I'm definitely looking forward to reading Wild Love. I think it's going to be great and kind of a different pace for me, simply because I don't read too much like cozy country romance novels. So this will definitely be a good change. So I definitely look forward to that. And that is it, everyone. As always, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to comment below your thoughts on this box. Like this video if you want to see me do more unboxings, and subscribe to join me for more bookish fun. Have a good weekend, everyone.